They're award-winning entertainers and their sisters. And now, Gracie and Lacy are bringing their show, It's Christmas in Charleston, to Charleston later this week. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with the two sisters, one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. And listen to this interview later on iHeartRadio.
Gracie and Lacy, it's so good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I appreciate it greatly. Obviously, you two ladies are award-winning entertainers, sisters of course, that prove classic never goes out of style. Hashtag corporate entertainer, hashtag touring artist. Tell me this, what is it like to be Gracie and Lacy these days?
Oh, that's a great question. We have a very unusual life. People ask, what is your typical day? And the answer is we have no typical day. Every day is different.
Wow.
We just got back from St. Louis, Missouri the other day. We had a couple shows there and a historic theater and cultural arts center. And yeah, so we've been in the car a lot lately. On the road, on airplanes, just traveling.
Just traveling.
Yeah.
When you travel around the country, what particular city describes you two?
You know, I think New York understands us, but we always want to come back to Charleston. Yes.
And you talk about coming back here to Charleston. I understand this too, coming up very soon, that obviously it's going to be It's a Christmas in Charleston, December 9th and 10th, featuring special guests Tanya and Tucker.
Yes. The guests are going to be such a cool feature of the show. Every year we try to feature a local performer.
Yeah.
So Tanya and Tucker are a mother and son duo, and they do the Carolina Shag like you wouldn't believe. So they're going to do a dance cameo appearance in the show, so don't want to miss that.
And when you think of Christmas in Charleston, where does your mind go to?
Oh gosh, well, Charleston has a lot of jazz roots,
Yes.
so we do a lot of music in the style of the old jazz standards that were Christmas songs. So we'll be doing some Bing Crosby and Andrews Sisters, and we'll be doing some older songs as well. Some things that kind of, the reason we titled it Christmas in Charleston is because there's some really cool history in Charleston, such as the first Christmas tree that was discovered was actually a performer that came to Charleston, so we'll talk about that in the show. Also that there is a story that is very charming. The Jenkins Orphanage used to do incredible Christmas caroling, so much so that the children downtown would say, we want to go live at the Jenkins Orphanage too, because they look like they're having such a wonderful time. And so they became just world-renowned performers. They are one of the incubators of jazz. And so we performed on Broadway and all over the world. So we try to bring that element of local history into what we do, because Charleston really is one of the birthplaces of jazz.
And let me get back to you all. Award-winning entertainers Gracie and Lacy, known for powerhouse vocals, intricate tap dancing, and drop-dead gorgeous costumes. Sisters Gracie and Lacy are the #1 sister act from the city of Charleston, recognized by renowned composer Marvin Hamlish and honored with a Missouri senatorial resolution. The sisters, that is, bring back the greatest hits of stage and screen. What are those greatest hits right now?
Well, right now we focus on what's called the Great American Songbook, and it is an era of music from the 1920s to the 1960s, and it's characterized as popular American music. So what we maybe consider as early jazz standards was actually the pop music of the day. So our mantra, classic never goes out of style, we are indoctrinating the culture with keeping this music alive. So we think Sinatra music needs to live on, and I think Dean Martin, Judy Garland, the Andrews Sisters. So a lot of our show will focus on music that was classic during the 20s to 60s. And there's a lot of other entertainers like the Papini Sisters and Michael Bublé, Bette Midler, kind of keeping the classics out there for people. So we love that.
Oh, amazing. And let me get back to that again. Known for powerhouse vocals, intricate tap dancing, and drop-dead gorgeous costumes. How does that describe you all?
Well, so what we love to do, we love to incorporate variety into our show. So Gracie is our choreographer.
Oh, cool.
And we, instead of doing the kind of tap dancing that you would learn in the studio today, we take it back to the kind of tap dancing that Shirley Temple and Fred Astaire and Bojangles were doing during the golden era. And then we incorporate that into the show so people don't lose that styling. So Gracie oversees the choreography.
Cool.
I oversee the costumes. I do a lot of sewing.
Designing.
Yes, a lot of sewing, a lot of designing. We have sequins all over our house all the time. But we try to find inspiration from the early American performers and that vintage Hollywood classic look.
I am sitting right here, right now, talking to you all, and I'm thinking, Gracie and Lacy, shouldn't you be somewhere in Vegas, Myrtle Beach, New York?
People ask us that a lot.
Why Charleston?
We've decided, we went to New York recently with our Legends band, and while we were there, I was like, Gracie, this is so cool, I love this. And we see a lot of work in the future in New York, but we really, like, as far as home goes, we feel like Charleston makes us, it keeps us sane. Because the pace here is just a little bit different, and it makes me feel like I'm not going to burst a blood vessel or something.
Right.
And our family came to Charleston during the 1690s. They were Huguenots from France, and so they were here. So we have a lot of history from the various decades in Charleston, and I think that's what drew us here. We were born and raised in St. Louis, and then we wanted to move here a few years ago, and we thought, why are we scraping ice off of our tour van, and why are we sliding around on icy roads? And so we visited and immediately knew this was home. Yeah.
And I got to take you back to your first home, St. Louis. What was it like for Gracie and Lacy to be there as performers?
It took on a different shape. We got our start when we were just little girls. We used to put on plays in our driveway with bed sheets for curtains. And so we'd have the neighbors come and we put on these shows, and that evolved into a full-fledged theater company. We had a full orchestra and finally moved off the driveway eventually. But so we used to do a lot of Broadway-style shows, and that influences our style quite a bit. And since moving to Charleston, we've really continued the Sister Act, which we've done alongside all of those years in St. Louis, but this is the first couple of years that we've done the Sister Act full time, and we're having a ball. We are.
Now, how do you make this work in your mind?
Pardon?
How do you make this work with sisters?
The sister thing? Do we fight? We are probably the most opposite personality types, and we've just learned really good conflict resolution over the years.
I think being really honest with each other helps a lot, because you can't do this and like hold something inside and suppress feelings.
You have to always move forward, get the goal done, stay productive, and we really are best friends.
Yes.
That helps.
Oh yeah. You talk about goal. What's the next goal for Gracie and Lacy?
That is so interesting that you asked that. We have so many ideas bubbling up inside that we've been working towards. Our dream is to open a dinner show here in Charleston. And we would love it to have that classic vintage vibe where people can dress to the nines and go dancing. It's like bringing a piece of New York down to the South. That's what we're working towards. We also, one of our goals too is to incorporate the local talent into our shows. So you'll see that with our guests in the holiday show. But we have had so many vocalists in Charleston and musicians that we've had that pleasure of working with, and it has just really made Charleston a wonderful place to come home to.
Wow. Dinner show in Charleston.
Yes.
That's amazing. I can't wait for that to happen. I would love to interview you about that.
You'll get a front row seat.
There you go, that too, absolutely. Well, Gracie and Lacy, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you, Quintin.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.